This is part 2 of our discussion on the Tagalog infinitive particle naman. Kumusta po kayo? Welcome back. We are picking up from where we left off in our last lesson on the Tagalog infinitive particle naman. This is part of a huge chapter on the Tagalog infinitive particle, which are monosyllabic and duosyllabic words that grammatically connect two words that convey different nuances and meanings. If you have missed some of the videos in this chapter, do check them out. The links are in the description box down below. And make sure to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button and the bell notification button so you'll be updated of new videos. Alright? In the last video, we have talked about the Tagalog infinitive particle naman, which is one of the most difficult Tagalog words to translate. The best that we can do is to approximate what it means when used in different scenarios. We have learned some of the uses of this particle in the last video. In this video, we will continue with the next batch of the uses of naman, starting with in picking something after having picked something else, in commanding someone to do an expected action, in expressing someone's action but having the opposite result, in expressing someone's expected action, and in emphatically making a comparison. Let's begin with sample uses in picking something after having picked something else. We can do this with demonstrative pronouns. Now, the context here is that the subject is choosing something after having chosen something else previously. Here goes. Ito naman, this one too. Iyan naman, that one too. Iyon naman, that one over there too. Dito naman, this place too. Diyan naman, that place too. Doon naman, that place over there too. Nandito naman, it's in here and not in any other place. Nandiyan naman, it's in there and not in any other place. Nandoon naman, it's over there and not in any other place. Ganito naman, do it like this time. Ganiyan naman, do it like that this time. Ganoon naman, do it like that over there this time. In essence, what these examples communicate is that it is the turn of something to be chosen after it was not chosen previously. I hope that makes sense. Moving on to our next usage, in commanding someone to do unexpected action. This works best with verbs in the imperative form, or the form that commands or requests someone to do something. Please take note of the context. Kumain ka naman. You eat. Don't skip your meal. Matulog ka naman. You sleep. Don't push yourself too hard. Mag-aral ka naman. You study. Don't waste your time on other things. Magkape naman tayo. Let's have coffee. We haven't had one in a long time. Kumain naman tayo. Let us eat. Let's not push ourselves without eating. Umuwi naman tayo. Let us go home. We've been away for a long time. As I have always pointed out, please note the position of the second person pronoun ka. It comes ahead of the particle. It is the only pronoun that does that. The rest of the pronouns follow the reverse order. You'll see more of this word order in our next examples. Next up is the usage in expressing someone's action but having the opposite result. This is expressed with verbs in the completed form or actions in the past. Our sentence pattern includes the conjunction pero or but in English. Let's take a look. Kumain naman ako, pero gutom pa rin ako. I ate, but I'm still hungry. Natulog naman ako, pero pagod pa rin ako. I slept, but I'm still tired. Nag-aral naman ako, pero bagsak pa rin ako. I studied, but I still failed. Naligo naman siya, pero mabaho pa rin siya. He or she showered, but he or she still stinks. Sinubukan mo naman, pero bigo pa rin ikaw. You tried, but you still failed. Minahal mo naman, pero ayaw pa rin sa'yo. You loved someone, but he or she still doesn't like you. Our next usage is in expressing someone's expected action. The context here is that the subject is stating doing an action as expected of him or her and or contrary to what others believe. These examples are with verbs in the progressive form or when the action is ongoing. Kumakain naman ako. I am eating as expected. Nagluluto naman ako. I am cooking as expected. Nag-aaral naman siya. He or she is studying as expected. Tumatahimik naman kami. We are being quiet as expected. Tumutulong ka naman. You are helping as expected. Nagsisimba ka naman. You go to church as expected. Let's try more examples, but this time with verbs in the contemplative form or when the action is about to occur. Kakain naman ako. I will eat as expected. Magluluto naman ako. I will cook as expected. Mag-aaral naman siya. He or she will study as expected. Tatahimik naman kami. We will be quiet as expected. Tutulong ka naman. You will help as expected. Magsisimba ka naman. You will go to church as expected. Our last usage is in emphatically making a comparison. Let's take a look at these examples. Mas maganda naman si Tess kaysa kay Marie. Tess is really prettier than Marie. This sentence can exist without naman, but it will sound like a straightforward declaration that Tess is prettier than Marie. With naman, another dimension is added. That is, Tess to be emphatically prettier than Marie. Moving on. Mas matangkad naman si Anton kaysa kay Peter. Anton is really taller than Peter. Mas matalino naman si Ed kaysa kay June. Ed is really smarter than June. Mas malaki naman ang Amerika kaysa sa Pilipinas. America is really bigger than the Philippines. Mas mabilis naman ang koneho kaysa sa pagong. The rabbit is really faster than the turtle. The same idea is applied in the following examples. These sentences can exist without naman. But with naman, what the subject did is not just too much, but is really too much. Sobra naman ang ginagawa mo. What you are doing is really too much. Sobra naman ang niluluto mo. What you are cooking is really too much. Sobra naman ang sinasabi mo. What you are saying is really too much. Sobra naman ang tinitimpla niya. What he or she is mixing is really too much. Sobra naman ang iniisip ni Marie. What Marie is thinking is really too much. What I have discussed in this video and in the last video are some of the more obvious uses of the enclitic particle naman. There could be more, but I believe what I discussed are enough for you to get started and have the idea of the essence of the particle naman. As I have always said, learning Tagalog will be easier by practicing with your Filipino friends, relatives, and partners. They will be more than happy to help you. Our discussion on the particle naman is not yet over. We will answer the question of what will happen if we combine naman with the other particles like na, pa, ba, and lang. We will have the answer in the next video. I hope you'll catch that, and please do leave a like because that will help in growing this channel. All right? I will see you then. Maraming salamat po at hanggang sa susunod.